All right, welcome back to the IY podcast. Today I got a new guest on today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
My name is DV, Alias Khryst. DV, acronym for The Voice. Alias meaning known as Christ. The voice known as Christ.
How'd you get that name? Or how'd you come up with that name?
I mean, the name chose me. I'm 13 years old, and my uncle, who's in the FOI, he has this thing where he just, he always watched like not ESPN, CNN, and just all the news, anything relative to news. And he was arguing with the television, and it was a topic about Jesus, and he was just like, Christ ain't nothing but a person with many talent. He said more, but I didn't hear nothing but that. And I said, you know what? That's me.
Damn.
I'm gonna call myself Alias Khryst. And then I went to Smoothe the Hustler. And I was like, yo, Smoothe, I'm gonna call myself Alias Khryst. He was like, it should be DV Alias Khryst. I said, what's DV? He said, deep, the voice, deep voice.
The voice,
like, you say deep shit with your voice. You got the voice known as Christ. I was like, oh, that's dope. And I ran with it.
Damn, dude, that's a dope ass story how you got your name like that. I mean, it all came together, as one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. My whole journey through this music experience has been 100% spiritual, if you ask me, because it's meant for me to be in it. It's meant for me to be doing what I'm actually doing, and I know that just through the trials and tribulations that I've overcome and overcame. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd love to hear your story. Let me hear it, man. What was the beginning of this music career?
There was a long ride. No, I'm playing. Well, the beginning of it all, started when I was 10, and I had a school project. We was living in Bushwick at the time, and I had a school project on the anatomy, and I chose to sing my actual assignment, and I got an A. Damn. For it. The class was clapping. I didn't know at that point what the fuck I was doing, but I knew what I was doing. So when I showed the A to my dad, he said, well, let me hear it. And I started singing it to him, and he said, Claudette, that's my mother's name. Claudette, come here. Listen to this shit. And he said, do what you just did again. And I did it, and my mom started crying, and she just sprung into action because, my mom's, you don't know, but just figuratively saying, my mother, she has been in the industry now for 44 years.
Damn.
And when she heard me sing, she sprung into action. She started calling this one, that one. And I wasn't really feeling none of that shit at the time. I rebelled, and eventually I got into dancing and graffiti art and stuff like that. I got into that. And then that's how I met Smoothe and Trigga, actually, through dancing, because, Smoothe, Trigga, and their cousin Gotti were dancing at the time. And I remember I had a blue and yellow Polo USA cookie goose that my neighbor had let me hold. And my man Merv here let me hold his goose, and I was fly that day. My flat top was cut nice, and my shit was like up the head. I was fly as fuck that day. I just wanted to go to the park to see if some honeys was in there.
Oh yeah.
I go to the park and I see some guys in Dapper Dan suits dancing their ass off at the end of the baseball field in the park of 271, which was the local school that I went to, my intermediate school I went to in Brownsville. Actually, me, Smoothe, Papoose, and Trigga went to that same school.
Damn.
So I see them
all around the same age?
Yeah, we're all around the same age.
Damn. That's some crazy shit.
yeah, so I see them dancing in the park, and I'm like, who the fuck is these dudes? I was locked in, and I remembered all the dance steps. That's how long I was standing there. I was just so then fade to black. I go to school the next day, and I see Trigga sitting on the bench with a few chicks. So I walked up on him. I was like, "Yo, man, I seen you in the park with some dudes dancing, woo woo woo." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's my brother, and my cousin." And he was like, yeah, what's up? I said, yo, I remember those dance steps. He's like, let me see. So I did them shit, boom, 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 boom. He's like, oh shit. He got off the bench and did them with me, and we was like synchronized, like if we knew each other for years.
What the fuck?
So our the dance teacher, unbeknownst to us, was behind us watching.
Oh shit.
And her name was Miss Baker, God bless her. So, and she had me and Trigga choreograph a group of 60 kids in the dance class. Damn. And we won first place in IS 275. We won first place. It was a big brawl. We beat up the dudes in the school and all that shit. It was crazy. But we won first place, and that was the birth of me and Trig's relationship. He wound up becoming like my best friend and bodyguard. Like, he'd fuck you up if you said anything crazy to me. And at the time, like, him and his family and them was like, it was feared in the neighborhood, you know, in that area, Saratoga, because it was them. And then down the block was, you know, GP where I lived. And then further down the hill was another gang called HPO. That's where Papoose, you know, lived, you know, on Halsey. So that was down, like literally down the block. You would walk right down the hill and bong, that's where they was. Come up the hill, make a right, bong, that's where we was. Make a left, go down the block by the school, make a left, make a right, boom, Saratoga, that's them right there. Damn. So we were all in proximity, and Smoothe didn't really care for me too much because of where I was coming. You know, I'm a Herkimer nigga, you know what I'm saying? So he like, now I don't want none of that shit coming over here. I don't want no problems, da, da, da. I didn't give a fuck. I came over there every day. Cause in my mind, like something was just telling me like, yo, if you fuck with these dudes, like you gonna get on. Now I ain't thinking about music. I'm thinking about dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause next, like Scrap lived up the block from Smoothe and them. He lived up on Saratoga, and then further down was school lived in Prospect Plaza, building 430. So we would see them in passing. So dancing for us, they were like our template, kinda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We was nasty. So I just knew he was gonna blow up off the dancing. Then we into the my boy, damn, what's my nigga name? It'll come to me, but he brought to our attention, you know, Malachi, that was his name.
There you go.
My boy Malachi, he came to us and told us about the All-Star Talent Show. Like, the fuck is that? He's like, yo, I'm telling you, the prize is $1,000 if we win. It's in, you know, the last show was in Town Hall. And if we get to Town Hall and we beat these, you know, these guys, you know, we could win $1,000. At that time, $1,000 to us was everything. Not a piece, but we had to break it up amongst us. Yeah. So we'd all got $250 a piece based on how many of us it was. So we was all in. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And we formed a crew called the Guest Riders. We actually Smoothe saw the name and we took it from somebody that was called that shit already. We Brownsville niggas, we ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So we became the Guest Riders. We entered the All-Star Talent Show. Shout out to Pam. And that shit saved our lives because we was in the streets heavy. You know what I'm saying? We was selling crack. We was doing all kind of stupid shit. But the All-Star Talent Show, like it started early. So in the times that we went, we was off the block. And all the thug niggas we fucked with would come with us because it'd be mad chicks from Harlem. Like it'd be mad bad chicks from Harlem. So all our niggas would come with us, You know what I'm saying? So it looked like we was rappers already because it was like 20 niggas on the stage while we was dancing. The most insane shit, but we was nice. We won first place every fucking time, all the way to town hall, won the contest. I don't know what the fuck happened to the money. Everybody got discouraged and broke off. But prior to that, Smoothe had wound up picking up the mic because we did a dance routine and Smoothe wanted to rap because Smoothe was always nice with rap. Smoothe was nice with rappers since 10. Like his raps at 10 sound like grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, we're gonna do this routine, and then in the segment, we on one of the segments, I'm gonna grab the mic and rap. So he grabbed the mic and rapped, and we won both in the rap and dance category. It was a big fucking thing, like almost an all-out war that day.
Really?
So the
pissed.
response that he caught from the crowd gave him the bug, and he decided he didn't want to dance anymore.
Just like that.
Shit. So now I'm bugging because I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like I you know what I'm saying? Like I wanna dance. I don't want to fucking rap. I don't know how to rap. You know what I'm saying? I know how to sing. I don't know how to rap. You know what I'm saying? So Trigga said, I ain't dancing no more either. Damn. I said, fuck. All right, fuck it. I'm a rap too. So Smoothe wrote me and Triggs rap, you know, to show us how to rap and shit. And then after that, we had to write our own rap. So I wrote my own rap, and my shit was like, carry the hot sauce over the table. I never lie because I call it a fable. As a label myself, as the guardian of funk, I'm like the gravy without the lumps or the humps, and I'm as smooth as a cool breeze to get on your hands and knees. I'm like a bee. I stung you with my lyrical tongue so you swung and you missed. Some shit like that.
You still remember that shit?
Yeah, man. Because when I kicked it for Smoothe, he went crazy. Damn. So it gave me the confidence. Whether he was capping or not, I doubt if he was, but he gave that because we looked up to Smoothe so much, that cosign was like the bug. Right. And then one day I was walking past a church, oddly enough, not too far from Saratoga where they live. Someone was telling, I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided this. I was singing a Biggie rap.
For real? You were just singing the lyrics?
It was all a dream. I was singing those lyrics. That shit would be dope, like, you know, to sing the rap. Hell and then, you know, at that time, you know, Ill and Out Scratch was out, and you know what I'm saying, Force MDs, and you know, Queen Latifah was singing. So you know, DJ Swan, he was like the Nate Dogg of that time. Like he was the TJ Swan was like the Nate Dogg of the Juice Crew.
Oh, okay.
You know, just to make the reference. And I was like, shit, that's how I want to be. So one day, you know, we had formed a crew called the Ruckus. We was like Smooth's Junior Mafia, and it consists of myself, my brother, who was called Rexan, which is Master Backwards, my cousin Payne, my boy Quick from Albany Projects that I went to high school with, and Foxy Brown.
Hell yeah.
You know, so she was the chick of the crew. She was going by AKA at the time. But she came in later, you know what I'm saying? Like she came in, you know, later because we had met her because once we got down with DR period and all that. But so we was in my brother's house on Pacific Street writing, because you know we would have writing sessions.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you have to get it down.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I just had this thing where I couldn't write around everybody. Like I had to put my hand in my ears, or I would go upstairs to my brother's room to write in solitude. Mm-hmm. And I started, I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna write a rap and I'm gonna sing it and see how it sounds. So I did that. I came downstairs and everybody kicked their raps, and then I kicked mines. And it was for a song that we had two songs. We had this song called Footsteps and City Where the Sun Don't Shine. And when everybody heard my verse, it was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So now we had to go to audition for DR Period, because DR Period was like the Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones of the fucking hood at the time. Like he did How About Some Hardcore, he was doing Freedom Williams, you know what I'm saying? Like he was producing everybody at the time, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get down with DR Period. So we went down there and we auditioned, and he fucked with what we was doing. So then later on, I had called him because I got his number. I called him and I was going over some ideas that I had in mind. And he was like, yo, man, that style you was doing, that should be your style.
Just the singing or the rapping?
Yeah, the singing and the rapping. He
Both
was like,
it.
yeah, so
right.
We Fade to Black. Now we working on Smoothe album. I'm just making a long story short. Like we working on Smoothe album, and we driving down to the studio, and we playing Faith, No Other Love, No Other Love, I'm thinking of. So the beat came do 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 do. And I'm like, think to yourself how it would be without the dollar bill, y'all. You fall against the line to pray. We kept singing it, but that was a line from a song that I wrote called Ghetto.
Oh, yeah.
So we kept singing it all the way till we got down to the studio, and then we sang it to DR. And D sat there and he chopped the beat and played the whole. He knew where the sample actually came from. So he played the whole shit over. And then when Smoothe and us started, me and Smoothe started writing to the song, DR was like, look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to rap 8 bars, then I'm gonna punch you in. We talking about ADATs and shit. I'm gonna punch you in, and then you sing the other 8 bars. And I'm like, man, how the fuck I'm gonna do that? He said, trust me. So I'm rapping, and then you punch me in, and then I did the singing. And I didn't like how it sounded at first. I was like, this shit is weird, because he's like, nah, this is going to be your style. I'm telling you, this is going to change the way everybody fucking rap. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He heard it as a producer. He's a fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I was living in the pink house. I was living on my own since I was 15. So I had my own apartment at 15. I'll go home, and I had this long ass mirror, and I would sit in the mirror with my brush. And he taught me this technique where you cover your hand over your ear. So if you did it right now, you could hear yourself directly into your ear. So I would study that shit until I mastered my tone, because he's like, you got to master your tone, Khryst. So I kept doing that shit till I mastered my tone. And then I kept practicing Dollar Bill in the mirror until I was able to do it without having to worry about the punching.
Yeah.
And it was fucking on after that. It was like,
damn. After water. You found that style, after
yeah,
you found your voice.
that was it. Like, so, I came up with the style, but DR helped me. He cultivated it. Like he taught me how. He was Miyagi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he taught me how to advance it and turn it into what it actually became. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DR Period.
Damn, that's a dope ass story. That's cool as hell. How you
long as fuck. It's more to. It's a lot more to it, but I had to make it short because
you be talking for hours and shit.
Yeah, man, we don't want to bore the people, so I said let me just make it as interesting as possible. Make the long story short.
Yeah, you did, and like I said, I mean, I really like the way your style is, because it's rapping and the singing, and I like not a lot of rappers do that, but now maybe it's becoming more of a thing.
Everybody's doing it,
right? Yeah, but like back then, you think to like the 90s. I mean, like,
oh no, I was a unicorn. Niggas was not fucking with that shit in the beginning. When they first heard me, it was like, what the fuck is that? I was getting so much ridicule in the beginning.
Really?
Because because back then it was like no R&B singers down with the hit squad, the headbangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers wasn't with that. Like, it was like rap, no, we do hardcore rap. We don't mix singing with hardcore rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was one or the other. It was like when you did do R&B, it was to have a crossover record that would appeal to the radio.
Yeah.
So the way I was doing it and the way I looked, I had corn braids. I looked like a regular motherfucker from the street. So, and I'm singing, and it changed the way that singers actually had dressed and even appealed. Because when you thought of a singer, you thought of somebody like Alexander O'Neal or Freddie Jackson or Luther Vandross. They suited and booted. You rarely ever seen, or Babyface, you rarely ever seen an actual R&B artist looking like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like how you see Jagged Edge and shit dressing, and it was none of that in my time. And it's a lot of shit that that I helped introduce and even reintroduce that I don't relatively get the credit for, but once I started understanding the word ego, I let that anger go of not being actually acknowledged for a lot of what we see going on, because it's like everybody gets their actual time. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gets their time, so you just got to be patient for when your time comes. And I'm still a unicorn because technically at 44 years old, I'm not even supposed to be able to do what the fuck I'm doing to the capacity that I'm doing it. And it's not too many that's from my era or in my age bracket that can do what I actually could do, because I'm not just an artist. I'm an executive as well. And I'm not a fake executive, and I'm not fake independent. Like, I'm really independent. I don't have no major backing. I don't have no drug money behind me. This shit is all blood, sweat, and tears, hard work, and passion.
Yeah. And that's got to make it a lot more tougher, to do.
Because I could have sold out a long time ago. I could, I've had opportunities to sign with certain people and record deals, without naming names. But I believe in myself, and I believe in what it is that I'm actually doing. And I know that, eventually, once it starts to catch on, it because I have a story. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be magical, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you think about it. Most of your biggest artists didn't really start cracking the safe until they were like in their 40s. I mean, look at Tina Turner. She blew up when she was 40 and was performing from 40 all the way to 60.
It's just crazy, man. You just never
know
know.
What I'm saying? So I tell artists all the time, man, like, don't get so caught up into the age. Get more caught up into the talent and creating, the best music that you can actually create from your heart, and people will catch on.
Yeah.
Because you don't need everybody. You just need enough people that's going to keep the lights on, keep you happy, and keep coming to the shows, buying the merch, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, you had few opportunities, to where you could have, sold out or, did something or got on, but you wanted to stay true to what you do and make music the way you do. And that's a good thing that you did, because I mean, a lot of people might say, fuck it, let me do it because I'm just tired of fucking waiting. But, you actually are the owner, you're the controller, you get to control everything. Nobody can tell you shit how to make your music but you, and you can make it the way you like. And that's dope as fuck.
That was the sacrifice. It was like, sign with a label again, or create whatever fuck you want. Nobody gonna tell you nothing. Excuse me. And you may not make as much money as you would being on the label, but you'll be happy.
Yeah.
You'll be free. And you can inspire those that will probably supersede you because of whatever avenues that they may have. But I mean, Jesus died on the cross, as they say, for our sins. He's in the ground and we still around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, my journey through music has been very synonymous to his story, which is,
Yeah.
which is crazy because I felt like soon as I, chosen in Christ, I bared his cross. To be honest with you, just the whole Judas and he was with 40 thieves, and like I've been around killers all my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been backstabbed. I've had the Judas. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers, I thought had my back and was down for what it was that I was doing. Like didn't have my best interests in mind, and so on and so forth. But I'm so past the bitter phase. Like I'm
Yeah.
so past um the revenge, and now I just want to be a hero to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want them to be like, Daddy did it.
Yeah.
And they say that now, but for me, it's so much more. You know, I don't want to sound like Kanye ranting and shit, but I like, yeah, like Steve Jobs was a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I understand the methodical approach, to like saying fuck it. I'm a hermit myself until I get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm a, create the iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I know what you mean.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So for me now, it's really about making sure that it's quality over quantity,
Yeah.
but then there's quality with quantity,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm very consistent, but I'm very anal retentive when it comes to how I'm creating the music because I care. You
Yeah.
know,
And you can tell from your music videos and all the songs that you got on your YouTube page, everything. I mean,
I
you've been
appreciate
dropping
that.
single video, single, I mean, a lot of your singles, they got videos to them too, I mean, and
Mhm.
that's good, I mean, I really like to see the visuals of, all your songs, and it just really gives the words and the lyrics you're saying more of a meaning, you get to see the little story that goes along with it, you know what I mean?
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. And, one of my favorite songs off the new project was the Ming 2, that
Mhm.
was the album Time. I really like that one.
Oh, okay. Featuring Khadijah.
Yeah,
She's
I really like
actually
that
the
one.
voice on Ain't No Nigga with
Yeah,
Jay-Z.
I remember
She did
that.
more than that. I mean, she's done Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody with Kid and Play. She sang she's doing the background vocals on What a Man with In Vogue. And
Damn.
yeah, she's another one. Like she's been around longer. She's been in this game longer than me. She's worked with every fucking body. Maxi Priest, Shaggy, Teddy Riley, like the
She.
list goes on and on. And we've been friends now for over 20 years. And I just, for me, it was like, damn, I'm like, why aren't anybody calling her, putting on records like just in the current space? And I said, well, fuck it, like even though we friends, like she's still talented.
Yeah,
And her
absolutely.
voice, when I came up with the hook, the beat reminded me of some LL Cool J shit.
Oh
Like it
yeah.
felt real LL Cool J. And I was like, I need a soft, sultry voice. And I thought of her. I said, yeah, this would be perfect. And it worked out. She nailed it. Shout out to
Yeah,
Keisha Bass.
absolutely, man. That shit was dope as hell. And so that,
Appreciate that, bro.
hell yeah. Let's see. But yeah, like I
Oh, and
was.
shout out to Funk Star too. Funk Star produced the whole project, Crummy Beats, Funk Star. He's from Virginia. He's done production for everybody: 50 Cent, Raekwon, Illa G, Ito, like the list
Damn.
goes on.
That's what's dope too. That now you don't even have to be with that person to produce your shit. You can just email it to them, and then there they go. They just start working with that shit. That's just cool.
Yeah, me and Nick Wiz, shout out to Nick Wiz. Me and Nick Wiz actually mixed that project. It was rushed. I mean, sonically, it could have been a lot better, but we were like pressed, for time, and no pun intended, and we really wanted to get the project out. So we was like, fuck it, this a lo-fi feel anyway. So we just 2-tracked it out, and we I slapped the MSDP plugin on the 2-track, and we warmed the vocals up and just said, fuck it, we gonna give it to them like this. And people loved it. But me and Funk Star about to work on Ming 3. I got a lot of shit about to drop this year.
Damn.
A lot.
How many projects you thinking you're getting to drop? There's a shit's 2022 now.
Well, I'm working on something with DJ Payne. I don't know if you're familiar with him. DJ Payne did like shit for Yo Gotti and all kind of motherfuckers. So I got a project with him. I'm gonna be dropping the EP. I'm dropping another EP with Funk Star. I just did a record with Pro Dillinger. Shout out to Pro. So me and Pro produced by JP producer, female producer that I'm working with. She's really dope. And so I'm be dropping that, and then I just did a record. I did a few records with Inspector Deck, but I just recently did one with him, Raekwon, Source Money, and Skyzoo. I did the hook on that.
Hell yeah.
And RJ Payne, producer, he produced the whole project. I guess he's doing the EP with Inspector Deck. And I got a single out right now featuring my boy Dro Pesci and General Steele from Smith and Wesson. It's called Now or Never. We just shot a video for that not too long ago, but me and my director had caught COVID, and
damn,
that shit slowed us down for a minute or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So now that our health is back intact, he about to finish editing up, and it just worked out better that way. That way it could have the 2022 stamp on it, first video of the year. And then me and Nick Wiz is working on a project that I'm gonna be dropping a little after spring called Medicine. And that shit is gonna be fire. I mean, so far we got UFO Feeve on there, we got Ill Bill, we got Nims on there. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. I got 2 other features that I'm working on that's gonna be crazy. But Nick Wiz, he produced the whole project. It's gonna be crazy. Damn, I got mad shit dropping, and then just other little singles. I got a record, me, Pro Dillinger, and my boy Cosmo doing right now. I got some joints I did with Planet Asia. Got some, stuff I'm doing with Thurston Howell, my low life brother. You know what I'm saying? I got joints with Shabam. I'm on the Metabolic Project with UG from the Cellar Dwellers. I'm currently working on the record with the Cellar Dwellers for something I'm doing, and
always working then, man.
I got a lot of shit. I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, it's so many songs. Like I man, listen, I got more music than Tupac. Like I'm sitting on darts, like joints. Like I got a record with me and Etho I'm gonna be dropping soon, produced by Kels with the Heat. I got some Knots joints I'm gonna be dropping soon. Me and Lord Have Mercy got some records we gonna be putting out soon. And
2022 sounds like a very busy year for you. Then you got a lot of shit coming out, man.
No sleep till Brooklyn, baby.
Yeah. I seen on like one of your interviews too, like, maybe it was like a year ago, like you said that you have like 1,000 songs that are unreleased or some shit.
Shit, more than that.
Really? God.
I record myself. Like I engineer, I mix. Like I had to learn how to do this shit because of how I like to record. There's no engineer that could sit around and record with me all fucking day. Especially they got a girlfriend or a life or shit. You couldn't record with me the way I like to record.
So you learned to do it yourself.
Yeah, because it's the office, you know what I'm saying? And I leave from the office right here and I walk to the back and I record. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I handle my business, and then I go in the back and this is where I record.
Well, good, man. At least you can do all that on your own, because then you ain't got to worry about nobody else's schedule or none of that shit.
Yeah, man.
You just fucking do it all by yourself, man.
I ain't gotta be pissed off with nobody. I ain't gotta feel like nobody trying to hold me back and woo woo woo. Like, fuck it. If I want to put out a record tomorrow, it's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to shout out my video directors. You know, Tydro Elite. You know, True Light Films, Brooklyn View Films, and Flow Vision Media. Man, like, we got a lot of shit coming. You know, True Light Films. He got his movie out right now on Amazon. Frenemies is doing well, and you know, Tydro Elite been shooting videos for everybody and their mother. You know, he True Light got some videos and stuff that he's dropping on his brother Matty Tosca, who's another dope ass artist. He got some stuff that he's doing with Ron Browse or whatever, you know, that produced Ether and a few other, you know, classic joints. And we got a lot of great shit, you know, coming for this year, bro. Like, the team is benoodles, you know, it's like so much coming.
Hell yeah. Well, I look forward to it because I definitely did subscribe to your channel and everything, man. I just seen that you had
Thank you.
Yeah. I got it, man. I mean, so that's your new one then? Or like, because did you have one before?
Yeah, because what happened was I had a sister that was not my real sister, but a sister that was handling that for me for my initial DV Alias Khryst channel, and she fucked up and forgot the password.
No,
I had thousands of subscribers, and you know, the channel had to get burnt.
Damn.
So I think I started that YouTube channel maybe 2015.
Yeah.
And I just been working it, trying to get it back, you know, to where it is. I mean, you can't see how many subscribers I have, excuse me, and I do it like that for a reason. Even on Instagram, like the likes and the views, I take all that shit off because I feel like people get so caught up into the numbers.
Yeah, they do.
If I could do that, if I could take the fucking view of shit, which they should make it where you could do that, but if I could take the views, you know, the amount of views that I'm getting off my videos, if I could, you know, pause that shit, I'll do it too, because people get so caught up on not wanting to look at the content most of the time if the numbers aren't in great standing, and you could miss out on some really good music out here.
Yeah.
Not, you know, just paying attention to the numbers. Like I tell people all the time, don't get caught up in that shit, because a lot of that and what you see is being paid for.
Yeah.
Because then when they do shows, the line ain't wrapped around the fucking corner, you know, for most of them. And you know this to be true. You know what I'm saying? Most of these motherfuckers can't even pack SOBs.
Damn. Yeah, well, that's true, man. That is a good idea. That really is, because, like you said, people really do pay attention to the numbers. And if
everything is about the numbers, man. Yeah. Like even with the streams, you see people posting the streams, but most of the people posting the streams ain't make. If you ain't, my thing is this: if you got 2.5 million streams, then you should have $2.5 million.
Yeah.
But the powers that be still have us in this kind of major record label slave shit, you know? And it's like it's like the only way to really benefit off yourselves is putting shit on your website, you know what I'm saying, and getting out there and hitting the pavement and doing shows, or just having other, you know, avenues to create income.
Yeah.
And even within the industry, because you don't have to necessarily get a 9-to-5. There's so many different jobs within the music industry, like podcasting and shit like that. There's a lot of, I mean, you see a lot of your favorite rappers even starting their own podcasts and doing very well.
A lot of people,
you know, with that shit. So there's you know, it's just finding other ways to be able to shine a light on what it is that you're actually doing.
Right.
Because then once you have that beam on it, you got 15 motherfucking minutes to keep their attention, or they gonna go right off to JoJo Boo Boo and the rest of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because it's all about the numbers. If you ain't got the right numbers, then you ain't gonna then it's a turn off for them. But I mean, it's just like, how are you supposed to get the numbers up if you're a fucking turn off because you ain't got the numbers now, So it's like you said, it's some fucking mind game bullshit, man, or something, man. I don't fucking know. It's some weird
Yeah,
shit,
man. You
but
you gotta like run around naked or some shit for go
yeah,
viral.
something stupid.
You're
You know
like,
what I
oh, he's
mean?
the naked, he's the guy who ran naked. Oh, this shit, oh, the music is hot. It's like
But when it's some goofy ass shit,
the patience is a weapon, man.
Yeah.
Patience and perseverance, persistence, those things are very quintessential in making sure that that you excel in what it is that you actually aiming to do. So I just say stay true to the belief system that you created for whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Put your horse blinders on instead of looking here and looking there. Put them shits on and look straight ahead and go towards the goal of what it is that that you're aiming towards, and you'll achieve it. I mean, look at some of this whack shit that's out here. Like if they can do it, there's certain rappers that just started rapping 2 years ago
Yeah.
and they performing at fucking Rolling Loud and shit like that, doing exceptionally well for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dusty Locane, like he just started rapping,
Yeah.
but when you look at it, see, for him, he had to realize, like, damn, this is some shit I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he understands that, he's consistent with what he's doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Flossy. I'm a Brooklyn nigga. I gotta make sure I shout out, I fucks with the drill shit too heavy. I actually got a drill record produced by my boy Siren that did Window Shopper.
Oh, did you? Or he did, yeah, he
Yeah,
produced
yeah,
that.
he produced the record. I'm gonna drop it eventually. It's just timing with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't wanna like drop it where it looks like all of the other drill videos and shit that you see, because I'm not in their age group. So I'm not gonna be jumping around, throwing up signs and doing shit because I'm not a part of no gang. Like, I know a lot of gang members. I have family gang members and shit like that, but
Right.
that's not what I'm jacking. So, I like me, I'm thinking, for a more creative approach to go about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you seen Kanye do Diamonds Is Forever, and he went to Paris to shoot the video, and he had the DeLorean doors up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for me, I'm just thinking about the most craftiest way to go about it. Like, prior to this pandemic, I was thinking about shooting it out in France, and then all of this shit happened, and it was like, man,
fucking with it.
if I ain't getting the bag and it ain't the right, it gotta be the right bag, I ain't fucking around.
Too many rules and regulations.
Yeah, and then there's no way around this COVID shit. Like,
Yeah.
it took a long time for me to catch it because I was dodging that motherfucker for a minute. And shit was like, get over here.
Get back here, motherfucker.
Shit.
I'm still running from that shit. I ain't got it yet.
Yeah, man. I tell you like this, bro. If you haven't been eating right, and if you've been fucking up, and just switch that shit up a bit, man. Eat you some, get you some fruit salads. Get you some black walnut and wormwood. This is very good to clean the parasites out your body. You just can't be having nothing with sugar when you take this.
Oh, what is it? Just like something you drink? You just put
Nah,
little
you
droplets?
put 15 drops of that in your water.
Oh, and just drink it.
As you can see, I'm on day 2. So today will be day 3. I already had did a 4-week detox. I'm just doing another one.
Yeah.
And then you got black seed oil. This is very good. I got all kind of shit over here. This is good for your, this is for your throat. But this is good, for immune system buildup and shit like that. And have some liquid echinacea over there somewhere. But Yeah, I don't play.
Yeah, no shit, I could tell. After getting that, that's when you kind of got all those little
Nah,
things.
I've been on it like that.
Oh,
This shit, this why it didn't last as long as it would for other people. It came
yeah,
and kind of fucking went, to be honest with you.
just like a regular cold.
Yeah, like
That's how it was for you.
that's what
Yeah.
fucking shit is. Ain't nothing but a fucking cold, bro.
This,
Just you ain't hear about no flu cases.
what happened?
You ain't what flu cases you heard about so far?
Nothing.
All right.
I
You
ain't
mean
heard
to
shit.
tell me no one's catching the flu?
Yeah. No, there's got to be
Fuck out of
people.
here, man.
Yeah, I know. It's just all something, man.
I
That's a
mean,
whole.
listen, you remember when the story when Jesus was like, put the blood of the lamb on your door and stay inside because the plague is going to come, and Pharaoh didn't listen and it killed his son and all the Pharaoh's people. Like, sounds familiar? Stay your ass inside if you don't need to.
Yeah.
The fucking blood of the lamb on your door. Not literally. Please don't cut no lamb if you, because you gotta say that, because motherfuckers go out there and cut a lamb throat and
Yeah, not
be
even
surprised the
some.
shit people would do. No,
Nah.
I'm saying that figuratively, like, protect yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like eat right, work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try your best
Yeah.
to just stay away from the dairy and just all of the things that build mucus that will allow certain parasitic properties to attach themselves to, man. Like, I strongly suggest that,
Yeah.
and keep your chakras intact, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this,
That's dope.
keep yourself intact. Thank you. My mother gave this to me. It helps balance your chi.
Damn. That shit's cool as hell. Did she made that or she just got it from somewhere?
Nah, dude, my mom's is the best, man. She's the best. Shout out to Mama Christ. You
Hell
can
yeah.
follow her too at Mama Christ. She might follow you back. I don't know.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask you, like where
Mhm.
did you get your flow from? Like, because you talk about Christ and God and in a lot of your songs, so like
Mhm.
where did that come from?
I mean, coming up from the 80s, you know, you know, 5% Nation was something that like fascinated me as a youth. It started from watching, Brand Nubians, and I was a big Brand Nubian fan. I didn't know what he was talking about, but my dad did, because my dad is from Brownsville. He's from Tilden Projects, building 305. And right across the street is, Akbar's school. The Allahu Akbar is right across the street, the school. And so my dad already was very privy to the nation. I wasn't. I'm drawing the circle with the star on my hoodie. He's like, you can't wear that. I said, why not? Because he said, you don't know what that is. And if someone comes up to you and say, what's today's math, and you don't know, you're going to get your ass whipped out here. He had to tell me that shit but one time.
Yeah.
So, Fade to Black, we had, Trigga had met a brother by the name of Knowledge, and he gave me he gave me the God degrees, and I caught on to that. And I was just always a history major. Like, I would always get A's in history. It just always fascinated me, like Egyptian culture and aromatic scriptures and holy tablets. I read into all of that. That's why I'm a big Nas fan too, because he speaks on a lot of that. He knows how to mix it up, and put it in the pot, put a little street shit, put a little, mix it up in the pot. He does that very well.
Always.
I appreciate that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it once again, when you become a beacon for certain frequencies, it will find you. And if you're receptive to it and accept it, then there it is. And that's what it was for me. It's my calling, so it chose me. I'm also into the Yoruban culture, as well. So it's like there's just a lot of, I'm very, very spiritual. I'm not religious. I don't
Yeah.
believe in a religion.
Yeah, I
You
feel it.
know, it's just not my thing. I don't knock anyone who is,
Yeah.
but I don't feel that even being a Muslim or you know being in Islam is a religion. It's a way of life. It's a culture. Like hip hop is a culture. We don't even understand and realize that hip hop it has an actual spiritual essence to it. You know,
Yeah.
like just from the derivative of hip hop. You know, Cool Herc and Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel and so on and so forth. Like this came from a spiritual, you know, from a spiritual foundation. So I guess that's why sometimes some of my peers be feeling some type of way when they see certain artists, you know, putting that bullshit out. But I tell them all the time, if we didn't have bullshit, then we couldn't balance or make a differentiation between what's right and what's wrong. It
Yeah.
can't always be right.
No.
You know, hip hop can't always be on the right path. We need some of that other shit, you know, to be able to wait, you know, balance out the scales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just cool. I mean, it all does make, sense, like how you said it's all like like a culture with the music and everything, because it really is, I mean, it's been around since what, the 70s, 80s, hip hop and everything.
70s, 77,
Yeah.
78.
And it's crazy to see how far it's came and how much it's, the evolution of it,
Evolved, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's dope, and it's 2022 now, and look how many people are a part of hip hop, rap,
And
R&B.
and it hasn't even hit its peak.
Right.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many that we have yet to see a lot of uh we have yet to see a lot of art, a lot of different type of artists that could appear at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still certain artists that hasn't arrived yet,
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real. I mean, imagine 20, 30 years from now. And I mean,
Oh shit, 20, 30 years from now, the planet will be ruled by the righteous.
yeah, it's kind of scary to fucking think.
Nah, it's great. I mean, listen, for what's happening right now, it's been in plans for years.
Yeah.
Been in plan for over 20 years. This has all been a part of a certain plan that just, would be a whole nother podcast interview. But, you know, there are alien beings here who their sole purpose is to protect the chosen few who are meant to be here for a reason, and we'll know by 2036 is all I'm gonna say to you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'd love to hear more about that. Maybe we'll do another interview and just fucking have that whole ass topic, man, because I've always been curious and interested in that kind
Yeah,
of
when
stuff.
you won't have a podcast no more, I tell you that.
They'll come and shut my ass
You
down
have
and then I'll
this
disappear.
CIA be at your motherfucking door, like,
Yeah,
come with us, sir.
yeah.
We have
Me and you
confiscate.
disappear, man.
Yeah, we'd have to build on that with the cameras off and shit. And then if you choose to talk about it on your part, it's at your own risk.
Yeah, I feel it.
But nah, don't be afraid, because some of us gotta die
Yeah,
anyway, for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us do. That's if that's what the calling is, if that's what my calling is, if that's what it is, then I'm cool with that.
yeah. What is this? I guess like, what is something that you learned or some struggles that you've been through that made you the person you are today?
Life.
Yeah, life's a
Life in
motherfucker.
totality. Because I'm a young black man growing up in the heart of Brownsville, and anybody know about Brownsville, like ain't nothing nice, but it's also beautiful at the same time too, because look at all the diamonds that came,
Yeah.
excuse me, from there. You got the Rose family, you got, you know, MOP, you got us, you know, me, Smoothe, Trigga, you know, Big Daddy Kane, and shit, it's a plethora, man. I mean, shit, Jordan is from Brooklyn.
Damn.
Aaliyah is from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Singer Maxwell is from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like Brooklyn, you know, have bred a lot of incredible people. You know what I'm saying? So to get back on the initial topic, I mean, life has definitely been, you know, like as they say, experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
You know, my trials and tribulations, you know, have shaped my character. And they say struggle builds character.
Yeah.
So I feel like going through a lot of the, you know, some of the hardships, you know, losing friends to the streets and gun violence and just the drug game and just, you know, just a lot of those experiences. You know, I didn't have to go through a lot of shit that I went through. You know, I went through it out of curiosity. You know, being young and it being around you, you just, you know, you want to look in and see what the fuck is going on. Hence why you see a lot of the shit that's going on with our youth today, because they see it and they're like, damn, that shit seems interesting. But what they're actually interested by is the unionship of it, the family that, you know, the family that they don't have home, that they create within this, you know, within that, you know, within their brotherhoods or, you know, within their gang, so to speak. So a lot of that shit don't always be because, you know, brothers want to go out here and start, you know, cripping and blooding on niggas. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it, you know, comes from the lack thereof. Some of these dudes don't have mothers, fathers, and they don't have any siblings. So they, you know, they take to you know, to the guys that they, you know, that they ganging with is as that in some cases to another, in more cases than another. Then there's no community centers and things like that or outlets, you know, for these kids to actually channel some of that talent or frustration. And the
Yeah.
powers that be had stripped those things from the community because they knew that a lot of this would happen. Because if they think about it, if they wouldn't have, police wouldn't have no fucking job.
Yeah. They
So
wouldn't have shit to
it's
do.
systematic. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm definitely, you know, gonna do my part initially to try to bring some of those things back to the neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of brothers with more money than me that could fucking do it, but that's just not their calling. So instead of badgering them, you know, I could only control myself. And I know if we could give a few of these brothers, I don't give a fuck what gang they in. If we could give a few of these brothers some opportunities, you'll be surprised what they'll turn into. You'll be surprised. You know, I'm like this. Let's change the narrative. You know, instead of it being gang and y'all flipping on each other, police your neighborhood, man. Make sure the elderly can cross the street and not get robbed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when we do that, then we could keep, you know, the police out the fucking hood. You know, be no reason for them. Go fuck with somebody else. Go do, you know, go look at some traffic or some shit like that. So I feel like 1+1 = 2 in any
Yeah.
situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy that the things that I've been through, you know, I'm happy that I went through a lot of those things, because I feel like if I wouldn't have went through some of those things, I wouldn't be sitting here with you today. You know,
Yes.
and if I didn't have the parents that I have through those journeys, then I wouldn't be here today either. And
Yeah.
just the tribe, like my family, you know, it takes a village to raise a kid. So, you know, my tribe, you know, my family, we ain't the tightest, but we tight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
If that makes any sense, you
no,
know.
no, I feel it, yeah. But you know, I mean that is cool. I mean, they not cool, but you know, I mean, but that's true that you know you went through all those things, you know, and now it gives you some kind of perspective on what you could want to do and how you can help other people try not to go through that, in some kind of way
Yeah,
and prevent the shit. You know what I
that's
mean?
important. That's important. I feel like, I'm from the Ville. I'm definitely an ambassador of it, of the town, and I got to do my part to save some of these babies. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because that's what they are. They
yeah,
babies. They out here 14, 15, fucking their lives up. And these so-called big homies or these OGs ain't doing a fucking thing about it. And some of them just can't. It's not like, so I can't throw them all under the bus. Some of these niggas you just can't talk to. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
if you create an opportunity for them, you could talk to them. Everybody not gonna walk through that door. Everybody not gonna be supportive of that shit because they find being a demon or whatever cool. And that's, if that's what you went to, cool. But I feel like there's a lot of dudes that's on demon time that don't want to be. It's
yeah,
just the circumstances of life that got them in that position. And if there was some community centers or some outreach programs and things like that that they could get into for free, where they could get some training and come out of it and have a sufficient, stable job that could be able to provide them the income that they need. I mean, why we don't have community centers and programs that teach these kids, how to use LLCs and the benefit of having a C corp or S corp and things like that,
yeah,
and once again, I can't bust no shots. I can, but I'm not in the destruction or downplaying of my people. But there's a lot of brothers that, like I said, got more, more fiat than me, and they're not doing it. And instead of me condemning them, I just look at it like they're just not chosen for that mission. And it's a reason why I'm thinking about it and they aren't, because I'm chosen for that mission. And it's
yeah.
gonna take time, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I like how you have that calling to it, that outlook, that look on it, and the way you see it, you know what I mean? Because it's
Appreciate that.
not like you're knocking people, you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's just like you know that you were chosen to it, you know what I mean? I really like that you have that
Yeah, because
perspective.
see, we was, not to cut your wisdom,
No,
like
go
we
ahead.
have been systematically developed to shit on each other. Pause. You get what I'm saying? Um, and we haven't been taught how to converse with one another, and we haven't been taught how to love.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of
easy to
brothers
hate.
that don't know how to love, man. Like they got good women and don't know how to love them because they weren't taught how to love, So there's a lot of things I feel that needs to be injected. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And because some of us as men, we got a lot of pride. So when you got other brothers that you could relate to, it don't make you feel so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? That you didn't know to open the door, pull a chair out for, or have a walk on the inside of you, and just making that as one example to a plethora of other fucking things that we could actually talk about that us as men just didn't, you know, uh, obtain because we didn't have a father figure around, or if we did, it wasn't our actual parent that our actual father that raised us. So you had some inner resentment in dealing with that said person because that person isn't your father. I experienced that as a kid. I didn't meet my biological father till I was 21, and that was my last time ever meeting him.
damn.
But shout out to my dad who stepped in and did what he had to do.
Yeah,
That's my best friend, that's my buddy, and it took a long time for me to accept him because I was still holding on, to the ideal or
yeah,
the idea of my biological father.
yeah. No, I see
But
it. Yeah,
I realized that's just a fucking word.
yeah.
It's,
It is.
just because a man, like what Pop said, because the man could create you or some shit. whoever listening know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
Yeah, I
just
know.
because a person created you, that don't mean that they're your parent.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's the ones that raise you and are there for you.
Facts.
But yeah, man, I mean, I really like everything that you've said today, and everything has, been really great,
Appreciate that.
and you really gave me some more knowledge, I mean, on everything, on all these topics. And, I really loved it, hearing your story and everything, and, it was a great time, I mean, did you have anything else that you wanted to add, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man, go to, I got 3 websites. You could check them out. It's Alias Khryst. It may pop up on the screen. I don't know. You might freak it. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
But, www.dvaliaskhryst. If you don't know how to spell that, then you could do it simple because I have 2 domains that still connect to one. So you can go to www.khryst.com. My other website is thegsuppinc.com. That's DGSUPINC.com. And then my other site is needchrist.com. That's NEDKHRYST.com. That's my site. Like if you have any questions or you're seeking any advice, on what to do, like you need somebody that, to talk to about, any type of issues or problems that you may be going through or facing, you could contact me on needchrist.com. I'll be more than, more than willing, to build with you. And if there's any level of solution that I could provide that doesn't, require compensation, I'm all for it. There are certain situations that do require, consultation payment, and there's others that don't. I'm not money hungry, so I don't always aim for the jugular. If you need my help and I can help you, I'm there.
Damn, that's dope as hell. I didn't even know you did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I've
dope
been
that you
doing
do.
it for years. I've been consulting some of your greatest. I've put a lot of artists that didn't know they left foot from their right foot in this shit and put them on, and they out doing very well for themselves.
That's
But
dope.
I'm very I'm a Pisces and I'm very secretive. I'm not a glory hog. So I'm not seeking for the glory of what it is that I'm doing, because all glory goes to the creator. This is my job and I'm just a messenger at the end of the day. And I'm going to continue to do the work that I need to do. And I was saved, so I have to pay it forward. And when I say I was saved, I was saved. I had, I was fortunate to have OGs and even some YGs that came to my aid, when I needed them. And because of that is why I'm here today too. So it's only right for me to pay it forward and give that help out there to people if they need it. So
And you got a whole.
definitely hit me up. You can email me on my Instagram at dvaliaskhryst.com. All my contact information,
Yeah, yeah.
it's real because you actually, I told,
There
because
you.
at first you thought it was cat, but nah, that's an actual number in my in my IG that you could contact me. That is my direct email.
Yeah.
Get the notifications on my phone. Just be respectful of my time and
Right.
be respectful of time if you do decide to hit me. But I'm here for everybody, man, because everybody is definitely here for me.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. We all one. Like you, to me, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you no different than I would see my blood brother, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we gonna all need each other.
Yeah. That's true, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you did, everything you said, man. I really like it, man. I really learned some stuff today, and
Thank you, brother.
I'm sure the people listening too as well, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
so
Shout
much.
out to everybody listening, man, and go stream my shit, son.
Yeah.
Now, but
You gotta throw that shit out there.
right, you gotta throw that out there. Go stream my shit, son. Nah, man. If you like this podcast, man, and you like, everything that was said here, and you dig in, the brother that you listening to, man, just support. I got merch, I got music, I got knowledge, I got information. Whatever it is that that you need, just holler at Christ.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag need Christ.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you again, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Salute.
Absolutely, man. It's good seeing you.
Yes, sir. 2 L's up to all my low lives. Y'all already know the vibes.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
man.
All right, peace.
See you, man.
Peace.